Hi there, this is Jason Renshaw from English Raven, and welcome to World Adventure Kids Adventure Reading Set 2.1. And this is an interactive adventure storybook that I've actually been working on for a couple of years now. It's taken quite a long time to get it right. There was a lot of meticulous research and writing and illustrating and formatting involved, but I'm very happy to see that it's now ready to go. And this is a reading resource pitched at about elementary primary school grades, about grade 4 to grade 5. Grade 3 students with a higher level of reading and motivation could probably handle it, and but it could go all the way up to about grade 6. And it's been especially developed for those readers who are a little bit more reluctant, I guess. It's designed to keep them very, very interested and very, very involved in the reading process. So, as I said, it's an interactive story research, and as you can see from the cover here, there are actually 2 adventure stories in the one resource. And as it says here, you control the story, so the reader is the main character in these stories. If you think of the choose your own adventure style format, that's what this is basically about. So basically the learners will be able to click to open their book, and then they will be able to go in and start their adventures. Now, as you can see right from the first page, they're invited to make their own decisions about where the story is going to go. And as you can see, I've deliberately chosen a font and a font size which is reasonably big. The language is reasonably straightforward. There is quite a bit of sort of content-based knowledge that is passed on through these stories, but the learners can actually interact with the resource. So for example, one of the things they have to do is choose their own secret name, and they're given a bit of help with that if they need it. And then their adventure starts. They find a note in their math book, and it invites them to go on adventures. And they need to make choices all the way through. There's challenges all the way through that I think make for natural reading comprehension. Rather than having to answer questions on a worksheet, their ability to progress through the adventure does depend to some degree on how much attention they're paying to the content as they're reading it to make the right decisions. And as you can see, we've got a little arrow device here which allows them to skim through each section as they read it. I've put a big emphasis on lovely colourful illustrations all the way through. Again, you know, they get to choose which adventure they want to go on. They can eventually do both of the adventures. There is a definite contrast between the 2 adventures. One of them is more of a science and environment style adventure in the Amazon rainforest, and the other one is more of a history and archaeology style adventure in the Valley of the Kings in Egypt, in a tomb, in a special tomb there. So basically they get to skim through this as they go. They meet other characters, they get some background information on their mission, lots of maps, lots of resources, and they also meet up with other characters which they need to sort of interact with as they go through their adventure. And a lot of effort's been put into really making these characters very vivid, very cool. For example, this is Sapphire from the Netherlands, one of their co-adventurers on the trip to the Valley of the Kings. There are also adventure sheets that the learners can download and print and fill out as they go through their adventure. And you know, there's as you can see, it's all blank here, and they get to fill this in as they go through their adventure. So that is a basic rundown of World Adventure Kids. It's 168 pages, but there are a lot of illustrations, and I'm very proud of it as a reading resource for grades 4 to 6. I hope you like it.